wondering if Premier Bradwell is over his jet lag. He recently returned from a whirlwind trip of Asia with stops in Japan, Singapore, and the Philippines. Thanks for joining us from Swift Current today.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, how are you feeling? How's the jet lag?
Great. Everything's going to be just fine.
Now, Premier Wall, you clearly view Asia as a very important business partner. I mean, you've been to India in the past as well. Why is this area so important for Saskatchewan?
Well, our government has focused on this particular region of the world. The reason is it's our second most important market right after the United States. We are the second least dependent of all of the provinces on the Americans for our exports. But even at that, it ranges around 60%. So we need to diversify our export markets. And second is China for us, and third is the ASEAN region, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So that's the Philippines, it's Indonesia, it's Singapore, Thailand, and this part of the world. They want what Saskatchewan has: food, fuel, and fertilizer, and also technology. Plus, it's a great source of new people. The Philippines provides a third of all the new people coming to our province. So, this is an important region. Relationships in the region matter. In the United States, the government-to-government or government-to-business relationship is not as important. It's established and the relationship occurs. But in this part of the world, the companies want to know that when they're dealing with Saskatchewan companies or when they're purchasing Saskatchewan goods, that they also have a relationship with the province. And this is the advice we got early on. So we made an effort of getting to the regions.
Now, you mentioned the Philippines. I know you signed a memorandum of understanding there. How will that impact us here at home?
Well, it's unique of all of the provinces, and I met with the Vice President and the Secretary of Labor of the Philippines, and they reinforced that this is a unique relationship we have versus what any other province has, and it really skips some steps in the process that can slow things down. It should end up saving employers money, too, as they recruit. We'll be able to work out of the Consul General Office in Toronto instead of it now going through Manila, the capital. So it's very positive, and the reason that we were able to achieve this is in Saskatchewan we've passed the most aggressive legislation to protect foreign workers, which the Philippines recognized, and that's why we were able to make this to sign this agreement.
Let's talk about Japan. Some big changes for cattle farmers in our province now after your visit.
Well, positive news, you bet. There was restrictions on cattle 21 months and older, and that's moved up to 30. We did meet with the Agriculture Minister. Our request is that all restrictions be lifted, because that would be the science-based decision to make, and so there's progress there. There's also higher tariffs on canola oil. They have much freer trade in canola seeds because they want to do the crushing, and so they put tariffs on canola oil. We raised concerns about that. But even at that, Saskatchewan is supplying Japan with 50% of their canola seed.
Now, Premier Wall, I understand your wife Tammy was able to join you on this trip, and she had a special role involving a ship in Japan.
She sure did. She launched the ship in Hiroshima called the Ultra Regina. It's the latest in the fleet of ships that carry Saskatchewan potash around the world. It left immediately for Vancouver, where it will be in just a few days. It'll fill up with potash and then head over to India. So only boys are not allowed to do that. So it was kind of a unique experience for everybody.
That's great. Well, I can't let you leave without asking you about Thanksgiving. Of course, it's a big weekend. What is the tradition in the Wall household?
We pretty basic tradition. We like the big Thanksgiving meal, and this time we're going to be near Saskatoon, and we'll have a family day together. So it'll be nice.
Excellent, Premier Wall. Thank you so much for joining us and for telling us about your trip.
Thanks very much. Take care.
All right, Premier Wall joining us this morning from Swift Current.